Hello, hello, hello. This is your boy Brandon Correia back with another reaction, and we were fortunate this week. We got 2 episodes of Agatha All Along, so we don't have to wait for the finale. We got episode 8 and the finale, so this is the finale reaction to Agatha All Along. I'm excited to get into this episode. Last episode was really good. Episode 7 was also really good. So we've gotten some banger episodes the last few episodes, but the last episode, it was a big revelation. We see Jennifer kind of come out of her trial, get her powers back, because we find out that Agatha was the one that bound her. She was just trying to make money back in the day. You know what I mean? Mans that were going after witches just got other witches to, I guess, bind certain witches for money to kind of dwindle the, no, who knows, I could be making that up, but it just seemed like Agatha was the one that bound her, and Agatha helped Billy basically locate Tommy and get him into a body. So Tommy should be out there somewhere at this point, and then he gets out, and we see Agatha get out of the road, which ends up being her basement, and we have a whole fight between Death, Aubrey Plaza, and Agatha. We see Billy kind of come back with his powers to Agatha after she's getting like murked, getting thrown all over the place. The Achilles slash was unreal to me, but we see Billy come and basically give her some of his power so that she could get her power back, and they kind of came to a realization that they're not going to beat Death, and that the only way to get rid of her is that one of them go with her. And obviously we find out that Death, Aubrey Plaza, was originally going after Billy because she found that he was an abomination, basically cheating, like that cycle of death. So we see that she was gonna turn herself, or gonna try and trick Aubrey Plaza, I think, to taking Billy, and we see that she ends up kissing Death. And I don't know if obviously before they weren't able to touch it, or that maybe that's how, I don't know exactly why like the kiss needed to happen. I don't know if it was any kind of touch, like if maybe like they just kind of, but I think they grabbed each other before earlier in a couple episodes, so maybe it had to be a kiss, but who knows. We see that once she kind of gave herself to Death and maybe accepted Death, it seemed like maybe that's what she was kind of chasing, and maybe all these years Agatha was kind of avoiding Death and maybe somehow just keeping herself alive. Or was it Aubrey Plaza allowing her to live? Because, and please let me know in the comments about that point. Like I didn't really understand that point in the last episode, if it was Aubrey Plaza that basically was allowing her to kind of live longer, or it was, I couldn't really get it. So if you let me know in the comments and clarify that for me, that would be absolutely amazing, and I would appreciate that. But then the big revelation at the end is that we see that Billy was the one that kind of made the hex. He was the one that made the Witch's Road. The Witch's Road was never existed ever, and that he was basically just, it was just a figment. He just made it, like he was just that strong, like his mom. And there was all these little hints that Agatha kind of knew from the very beginning that showed that he was the one that made it. And there was just all these hints around his room that he realized that he was the one that made the hex. And then basically someone barged into his room and the episode ended. So I'm excited to get into this episode to see what else could be revealed now that a lot of things kind of settled, and now that we know that he was the one that created this hex. So honestly, let's not long talk anymore. Let's get into this episode 9, this finale episode of Agatha All Along, Maiden Mother Crone. So 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, like I want to know if Aubrey Plaza basically gave her special treatment because, I don't know, Agatha provided bodies, or was it just because she was around her, that's why all of this death just followed her? Because there was a lot of hints in the show making it seem like Agatha wasn't that person that a lot of people thought she was, and that how a lot of other witches thought like she brought a lot of death to witches around her. So interesting. This is interesting that we're getting a backstory to Agatha in the finale episode. Man, this show is written really well. Oh, she's pregnant. Yeah. She's gonna give straight birth by herself on a tree. That's fucking crazy. Honestly, yo. Shout out to you women, honestly. You know what I mean? As a father myself, I'm dead. Look how like young she looks. Like, do you think she'd have like the same kind of just like look for eternity? No? You're saying she's newly appointed to the role.
It cannot be. Please let him live. Please, my love.
So they were together. They were together before.
How much?
She like a month. She's gone. That's crazy. So they were together before she had to take the son. So Nicholas Scratch was about to die in childbirth. Yo, honestly, I don't know if y'all have seen House of Dragon, but there's some crazy birth scenes in that show. Trust me, as a father that has been in the delivery room, being made from scratch, like herself. So I wonder how much time she gave her with her son. As I was saying, shout out to y'all women. Y'all are amazing. Trust me, as someone that has been in the delivery room, like, y'all are champions, honestly. That it's real. It's real. But obviously it's amazing at the same breath, but shout out to y'all.
Has the baby a name?
I think she let the force field down.
Nicholas.
This is such an interesting device to have this flashback in the finale. She's about to kill all these witches. Dead. The one girl was like, "We let you in." That's crazy. So she was taking bodies. 6 years later. I'm saying that's the son. Wow. It's a good amount of, I don't want to say good amount of time. I'm just talking shit because obviously.
Do you shame your mother? One can always rely on the kindness of witches.
Give me that! Leave! Return it!
That's crazy. So no one noticed? No one else in the town?
Wherever it may be,
I'll be there.
Saying the original composer of The Witch's Road is Nicholas Scratch.
You want a lesson, you say?
About to eat that goat.
can't you just make me some food? When who will return?
My ex, my boo tang, you know, like, it's complicated, you know, Nicholas. I'm really, like, it's crazy because obviously I'm not, the writers obviously have done an amazing job. This is something that you'd think you'd get in the middle of the season to kind of give more context to Agatha and where she's coming from and stuff, but just to put it here after what we've been shown last episode, I'm just interested to see where this goes. I'm interested to see where it goes. Okay, original composer.
Down the witch's road. My mother needs me home.
She's like, I'm not trying to kill. He's like, I'm not trying to kill no more witches.
Marching ever forward.
She's killing witches on the daily. Like,
The wooden shrine.
well, I don't know if I could feel as bad for her anymore if she's just off and she's collecting bodies.
What's gone is gone. We carry on.
Down the witch's road. Yeah, I had a feeling she was just gonna be out there. This man's gonna be like, yo, what? I'm dying. Tell me if I'm tripping, but I'm just dying that they changed her appearance. Like I know it's supposed to be obviously centuries in the past, but death really shouldn't change appearance, no? Like that's crazy that like he's just gone in the night. So it's like it's not even like he passed away in his sleep and then like he's dead and I could like be like, oh, my son died. Or he fell off a cliff or something. Just something like that. Like she's just gone. He's just gone. Oh no, okay, so is that Nikki? Oh, head buzz. My bad. Okay. So that was a kind of duh. Come on, Brandon. Like I'm like, are they trying to get me to sympathize or not?
You must know the way then,
How dare you? Who are you?
to witches who are brave and true. You know the ballad, and I'm in great need.
You inquire in good faith.
What are you trying to show
I
me?
shall respond in kind.
Tell me, show. Like, did she just gather them and she just ices them?
Marching ever forward.
Where's the door? Pathetic. You're embarrassing.
Primal night
I'm dead. I'm dead. So you're saying she just used this this tale that are the same thing. Where's the door? This girl was just collecting bodies. So I'm guessing that's just how I'm guessing that's how she stayed alive for all these years. By just constantly taking the powers of witches. I'm dead. So it's right, like the Witch's Road obviously never existed.
Are there any real witches in the house? Because all I see are has-beens.
What
and
is that?
covens.
I'm dead. So yeah, obviously even she was shocked from this. So she knew from then.
I saw you die.
Yeah, and now I'm a ghost. Can you dig it?
Okay, Ghost Agatha.
I mean, look at this.
Did I make the road?
Yeah, you did.
Unlike your mother. Sorry. The road wasn't real until you made it real.
Yeah.
I'm a murderer.
Damn.
Alice.
Well, I killed Alice.
And now she's dead because of me.
She's still.
Yes, the gardening lady.
She still don't even know Sharon. Just Jennifer just coming out the fucking ground. Like, okay. So what I also wanted to know was, because he made up the road, were the people that he made up, like, did he see Lorna Wu and just create Alice? But then I forget, because we see Alice as a real cop come up to the accident when William had that accident. Oh, she's flying. Yeah, power's back. So it seems Lilia.
I was gonna kill them all in my basement on day one.
I'm dead. Dead. So Lilia and Alice are actually dead. And she said, well, Alice, she was like, Agatha was the one that actually killed Alice, but
I'm right here.
how is this show gonna end?
Looks like analog magic.
Ware a Lucem, Ulinque Terror, Naliese Phantasma. Ware a
Damn.
Lucem.
Where did the turn come?
Naliese Phantasma. Ware a Phantasma.
Wait, was it because she can't face her son? R.I.P. to Sharon. R.I.P. to Alice. R.I.P. to Lilia. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, they're actually dead. Guess we have to have some.
One door closes.
And another opens.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So episode 9 finale, Agatha All Along, is done in the books. And again, like I was mentioning, it was an interesting, just, I guess, writing device, TV device to structure it to do and to go more into the flashback of, I guess, the birth of the Witch's Road, the birth of the Ballad of the Witch's Road, which is kind of the centerpiece of the whole show. Not only getting to the ballad, but connecting a lot of the witches. We find out that it was a scam. So it was nice to get more backstory on her and obviously her son also, and the time they spent together and what happened exactly between her and Rio and when she had to come for her son. And then after the flashback, we then see that Agatha comes back and she doesn't fully die because she doesn't want to face Nicholas. And that she's basically a ghost like her mom was, and it seems like they're gonna be together and be like a team. So I wonder if things in like Young Avengers or things like that, or upcoming Marvel projects that Billy will be in, if we'll see Ghost Agatha kind of like with him or beside him, kind of helping him do stuff, because that would be really interesting. But I'm gonna be honest, the finale, I did enjoy it. I enjoyed the flashback stuff, but it was a big chunk of the episode, and I was interested to see where it went from that point. And again, it obviously it seems like they're gonna go after Tommy, and that's gonna be like their main goal going forward. But I guess I was looking for, I don't know what I was looking for exactly. I could just be talking out of my ass right now, so don't really mind me too much. But I don't know. Again, I don't know. I don't know what I was looking for. I really did enjoy the flashback parts of that episode. The second part with the ghost part was a little iffy for me, just because I didn't, maybe I missed it, but I didn't really get how he kind of felt sad, and then he was just like, I'm upset at you, so I'm gonna banish you. But then going to, oh, maybe you could be my guide. So we, like, Billy was kind of going back and forth on how he felt about Agatha in that last part of the episode. So that was where I was a little, I guess, thrown off with that last part. But I did enjoy the first half of the flashback, and I really enjoyed that they decided to put the flashback at this point in the series. It's very, very interesting. So, and I think a big reason for that was to not give away that the fact that the Witch's Road itself was fake and that he created it. So they needed to obviously get that out of the way before they give away the fact that the whole Witch's Road and the ballot was fake. So I get that. So that was, I was really nice, and I really enjoyed the flashback. But yeah, that's it for that's it. We've made it down the Witch's Road. We're at the end of the Witch's Road. This is the finale of Agatha All Along, and the main thing going forward is to just see where these characters go from this point. So I don't really have much else to say about the series. It was a really enjoyable series. Like I mentioned in my last reaction, this was a very surprising series to me. When I don't miss Marvel projects. I'm usually up to date on all of them because I love Marvel and DC. I love superhero content. So I didn't have much expectations going into the show, but it surprised me a lot, and I'm glad. That's honestly one of my favorite things when I'm going into a new series or a new movie and I don't really know too much about it, or I don't really have too much expectations for it, and then I go and I watch it and I have an amazing time, and it's an amazing piece of content. So that's some of my favorite stuff to happen to me, and I'm glad that I decided to fully invest in this show, because I enjoyed it a lot, and I enjoyed the journey of the series and the journey of the witches and our new main character and probably our new main Avenger, Billy. I was interested to see his journey throughout this series, and even Agatha and how she kind of somewhat redeemed herself a bit. Even though at the end there she was catching bodies in the flashback, but she's somewhat redeemed herself. So a really strong series, which Marvel probably hasn't had a strong series in a long time. Loki season 2 was not that long ago, but before that and in between that, there's just been a lot of hit and miss stuff. So to have this project come was very refreshing, and it was very enjoyable. So that's all I gotta say for this series reaction. So if you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up. If you think you'd be interested in series reactions, trailer reactions, all that good stuff. I'm doing Penguin currently. Episode 6, my episode 6 reaction is currently on my channel. So if you watch Penguin, you can go check out my reaction. I'm going to be starting Dune Prophecy, which is the prequel series to the Dune movies, very soon. And there's some other content that's going to be coming out later this year. Like Daredevil Born Again is coming out in March, which is not too far away. And I'm doing a lot of cartoon and animated stuff right now. Arcane Season 2 drops next week, the first part. So I'm going to be doing a lot of content, a lot of good, awesome series. So if you're interested in that stuff, subscribe to Correia Chronicles. You will not regret it. Let's grow this thing together. Appreciate you for watching. Catch you on the next one. Peace.